The motorcycle has become a popular choice for those looking for a more affordable and accessible form of transportation. However, this growing preference has also brought with it new concerns. One of the most prominent is the road insecurity that this type of vehicle represents, since motorcyclists are often more exposed to serious accidents compared to car drivers. In addition, the massive use of motorcycles also has negative implications for the environment and health, due to the polluting emissions they generate. According to the Development Bank of Latin America, the increase in the use of motorcycles responds to a variety of factors. Among them, the increase in the income of the population stands out, which has allowed more people to acquire a motorcycle, since its purchase cost is relatively low. Another important reason is dissatisfaction with public transportation, which in many cases is expensive, unreliable, or does not adequately cover the mobility needs of the population. For many, motorcycles have become a solution both for getting around and for generating income, being a reliable tool for work. This increase in the use of motorcycles makes it necessary to evaluate the environmental impact they generate. Traditional motorcycles, which run on fossil fuels, contribute to air pollution and climate change. Therefore, there is a need to explore more sustainable alternatives, such as the use of electric motorcycles, which could help reduce polluting emissions and mitigate some of the negative effects that this means of transport has on the natural environment. Motorcycles are in demand due to low fuel prices, ease of transportation, safety, and affordable prices. As part of the proposed mitigation policies, one is included regarding the energy sector and another regarding the transport sector. The first calls for improving the integration of renewable energies into the national energy generation matrix and consequently the connection to the grid. The second, which is aligned with this research, advocates for a moderate adoption of electric and hybrid vehicles. Today, many countries do not have air quality standards that allow for the establishment of limits for the protection of the population's health from the harmful impacts of atmospheric pollutants, mainly total suspended particles, TSP, and particles smaller than 10 micrometers, PM10, whose concentrations exceed by more than 9 and 4 times, respectively, the average annual limits established by the World Health Organization, WHO. Why is the reduction of pollution in the transport sector important? According to the Development Bank of Latin America cited in 2015, in 2007, 3% of deaths due to cardiovascular problems in Europe, 210,000 cases, were attributed to prolonged exposure to noise from vehicular traffic. Motorcycles are a health hazard due to the noise pollution they generate. Compared to cars, they have less protected and generally unsilenced engines, thus causing more noise in the surroundings. Mario Molina Center in the National Air Quality Management Plan of Honduras mentions that the World Bank estimated that more than 500 premature deaths per year can be attributed to urban air pollution in Honduras. Therefore, in Honduras, reducing air pollution is crucial, especially to improve the quality of life. The pollutants emitted per kilometer by a 50 cubic centimeter 4-stroke motorcycle, not to mention the most emissive 2-stroke motorcycle, are usually much higher than those of a 2-liter passenger car. What are the social advantages of electric motorcycles? Less noise and vibration. Unlike internal combustion motorcycles, electric motorcycles are noticeably quieter. This is especially relevant in urban areas, where traffic and noise are a constant source of noise pollution. Noise reduction contributes to a quieter environment, improving the quality of life in cities. In addition, by being less noisy and with less vibration, electric motorcycles offer greater comfort for both drivers and passengers. Technological development. The transition to electric vehicles, including motorcycles, promotes advancement in technology and innovation. This creates opportunities for professionals to acquire advanced technical knowledge in areas such as electrical engineering, battery manufacturing, and recharging systems. In the long term, this development drives the training of the workforce and the creation of new industries related to sustainable mobility. Lower impact on health. Electric motorcycles do not emit polluting gases, such as carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, or nitrogen oxide, which are common in internal combustion engines. These gases are harmful to health and in many countries are not adequately regulated. By reducing these emissions, electric motorcycles help improve air quality, which translates into a lower risk of respiratory and heart diseases for the general population. What are the economic advantages of electric motorcycles? Lower operating costs. Electric motorcycles have considerably lower operating costs than gasoline motorcycles. Electricity, in most cases, is cheaper than gasoline, which means significant savings in the long run. In addition, electric motors require less maintenance, as they have fewer moving parts that can wear out. This translates into lower expenses on repairs and the purchase of spare parts. Tax incentives. In many countries and cities, governments offer tax incentives and subsidies to encourage the purchase of electric vehicles. These incentives may include discounts on the purchase price, tax reductions, or exemption from some fees. These benefits help offset the initial cost of electric motorcycles, which is usually higher than that of gasoline motorcycles, and make the investment more accessible. Greater energy efficiency. Electric motors are much more efficient at converting energy into motion than internal combustion engines. This means that they require less energy to travel the same distance, which translates into lower spending on fuel, i.e. electricity. Greater energy efficiency not only benefits the environment, but also users' pockets by reducing long-term operating costs. What are the environmental advantages of electric motorcycles? Zero local emissions. Electric motorcycles do not emit polluting exhaust gases or fine particles, which improves air quality and reduces air pollution in urban areas. Lower carbon footprint. Despite the energy used to charge the batteries, electric motorcycles typically have a lower carbon footprint compared to gasoline motorcycles, especially if the electricity comes from renewable sources. Reduced environmental noise. Lower noise pollution from electric motorcycles also contributes to a more pleasant and less stressful environment for communities. In conclusion, electric motorcycles represent a promising alternative from a social, environmental, and economic point of view. Their lower noise and vibration improve the quality of life in cities, and by not emitting polluting gases, they contribute to protecting public health and reducing the carbon footprint. In economic terms, these motorcycles offer lower operating costs, greater energy efficiency, and the possibility of benefiting from tax incentives, making them an attractive long-term investment. Furthermore, their adoption drives technological development and fosters the transition towards more sustainable mobility, providing significant advantages for both users and society at large. And this way we would be reaching the end of the video. Tell us in the comments, what did you think? Did you know this information? We want to know your opinion. If you found this content informative, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe, since in this way you would be helping us. Thank you very much in advance for watching the video, and we will see you on the next occasion.